It is different. It has been some time. Afraid for you, as I always have been. I will be fine here. I am tired. Know that much may happen here, but above all, do not forget this. You may trust in me, and if you find you cannot trust me, trust in your training. Trust in yourself. Never doubt what you have done. All your decisions have brought you to this point. And now, perhaps, they shall see what you have become.
It is not as it was.
But perhaps that is for the best.
Wondering when you would arrive. This moment has taken some time to reach us, and I imagine you have many questions.
Or perhaps you have come for revenge. No, we will do as we have done. We will wait. No, the true threat is yet to show itself. It is waiting for something, us perhaps, to enter the war. We have seen their soldiers, the remnants of their fleet, but
the actual battle is being fought through the Force. Not with weapons of war. The attack on Onderon, we prevented it, but it was a stalling measure.
If Jedi gather, if we wage war against these shadows now, then Jedi will die, and we will die for nothing. Whatever this thing is, it must be fought by those strong in the Force. If we die, then it will win, no matter what fleet or weapons are brought against it. We cast you out of the Order because you followed Revan to war.
No, there was another. You had become different somehow, changed.
You were no longer a Jedi. What had happened to you was punishment enough, and the Jedi do not kill their prisoners.
And if you had stayed, you would have changed us.
You already know the answer.
Have you noticed that when you act, others follow?
Those that travel with you.
They follow you, without question.
Against their instincts.
It is because you are a leader.
It is not an easy thing to explain. It is the bond that develops between apprentice and master, but yet you do it so easily, and we do not know why.
You make connections through the Force, and it resonates with those who travel with you.
Your actions affect others more than you know.
When you suffer, their spirit echoes it. We do not know.
And that is why the Mandalorian wars echo within you still.
We did not cut you off from the Force. You were merely deafened to it.
The screams of countless thousands, Jedi and Mandalorians, crushed by the planet's gravity, annihilated.
Their lives still scream across the surface of that dead planet, and within you hear the Force over such pain. It was too much for any Jedi to endure. You cut yourself off because you had to if you were to survive. You had hints of it in the war on Doxon. Malachor was simply the final blow.
You were deafened.
At last, you could hear.
You were broken.
You were whole.
You were blinded.
And at last, you saw.
When you returned to us, we saw what had happened.
In you, we saw a wound in the Force.
In you, we saw the end of the Force.
Yes, you can feel the Force, but you cannot feel yourself. You are a cipher, forming bond. It is the teaching of these new Sith. You are a breach that must be closed. Within you we see something worse than merely the teachings of the Sith. So you think.
He's right. It's all the death you've caused to get here. You must have noticed as you fought across all these planets, killing hundreds, only to become more and more powerful.
But what's worse is that bonding you have. It hasn't gone away.
And that is why you are a threat to us all. What if other Jedi went to war as you did, suffered the same events, and emerged as you did?
For you, Malachor was that crucible.
What's worse is these Sith that we face. It is what allows them to prey on Force users.
Somehow they have learned their hunger from you, but it is of no consequence. You are a threat to living creatures and all who feel the Force.
You will lead the Sith here.
Our judgment before remains exile. It is a punishment reserved for only a few.
Forgive us.
Do not be afraid. You shall feel no pain, but this must be done.
Enough! Step away from him.
What?
Step away! He has brought truth, and you condemn it? The arrogance! You will not harm him. You will not harm him ever again.
I thought you had died in the Mandalorian Wars.
Die? No. Became stronger, yes.
Is this your new master, Exile? If so, then you follow Revan's path.
You sought to lure the Sith out, and now they have come to us.
As you would pass judgment on him, I have come to pass judgment on you all. Do you wish to feel the teachings born of the Mandalorian Wars? Of all tragedies that scream across the galaxy? Let me show you. You, who have forever seen the galaxy through the Force. See it through the eyes of the Exile. How could you ever hope to know the threat you face when you have never walked in the dark places of the galaxy, faced war and death on such a scale? If you had traveled far enough, rather than waiting for the echo to reach you, perhaps you would have seen it for what it was. There is a place in the galaxy where the dark side of the Force runs strong. It is something of the Sith, but it was fueled by war. It corrupts all that walks on its surface, drowns them in the power of the dark side. It corrupts all life, and it feeds on death. Revan knew the power of such places, and the power in making them. They can be used to break the will of others, of Jedi, promising them power and turning them to the dark side. Did you never wonder how Revan corrupted so many of the Jedi, so much of the Republic, so quickly? The Mandalorian Wars were a series of massacres that masked another war, a war of conversion, culminating in a final atrocity that no Jedi could walk away from, save one.
And that is what I sought to understand. How one could turn away from such power, give up the Force, and still live.
But I see what happened now.
It is because you were afraid.
It is done. He is no more. Take me to Atris. She will have the strength to do what the Council cannot.